Well, hello, everyone, and welcome here to Durham. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you, getting set for our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. It's the undefeated Merrimack Tomahawks taking on the Oyster River Bobcats under the lights on the turf here on the Seacoast. Glad to have you with us. Merrimack, unbeaten through 12 games under head coach Katie Todd. It's a squad that has, 6 NCAA commits, loaded with talent. They've won some close games. They've had some blowouts under their belt. And, again, are looking to make it 13 in a row on the road here tonight against a very good Oyster River Bobcats squad. They're 8-5 under head coach Morgan Bianco. The draw, Shea Sullivan going to take on Ava Martin. And this one is scooped up on the wing by the home team. That's Shea Sullivan doing it herself, drawing the whistle and securing the first possession here for Oyster River.
Yeah, it's something to see that many college commits on a roster, no matter where you go, right?
Yeah. Well, Oyster River as well with a couple, including the aforementioned Shea Sullivan. She's on her way to southern New Hampshire, whereas junior Grace Royal is committed to Merrimack. Meanwhile, this one is going to set up a free position shot, it looks like, for Oyster River. As Grace Royal, we just mentioned her name, and right on schedule has a chance to put the home team on the board early. Going to come right down the alley and float one over the shoulder. Pretty move, pretty finish. And a good start to the ball game for Oyster River as the Bobcats lead 1-0.
Wow, nice free position there for her. Good face dodge there in the midst of all that traffic, and doesn't just wing it. She picks that far corner, strong side on the goaltender, and makes a great play here. Nice dodge.
So Royal able to draw contact from multiple directions, and then knew what to do right there on the free position. Went right to the cage. And the athleticism on display. Merrimack going to be getting a pretty good player in a couple of years.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, go right to the top. Go right to D1.
So we get a rematch here between Sullivan and Martin. Martin, a commit, one of the tri-captains for Merrimack. Going to Assumption. 2 officials tonight, Roger.
Yeah.
Merrimack is going to get their first possession.
Yeah, Linda Osborne and Gabby Mungen, both some of the best. I've seen them out there quite often.
So here's this high vaunted offense for Merrimack. They put up 18 in their last win over Spalding. That was an 18-2 final. Ooh. Backdoor pass, a little high, corralled off the bounce. And again, we get a whistle here. Yeah. That was Brooklyn Hilliard, surrounded there by white jerseys.
Yeah, yellow card for the head contact by the looks.
So the senior attack, a chance to even the game here early.
Yeah, clearly right there.
So Hilliard, going to look back at the official here. Goaltender for Oyster River is Eliza Farwell, the junior, who looks up to the challenge here. So officials want to get the spacing correct. And now Hilliard hoping to knot this thing at 1. Going to go to her right and settle it low. Able to beat the kick save attempt there. Staying ankle deep. And Hilliard is going to put Merrimack on the board and tie the game at 1.
And another good take there on the shot. Taking it low inside. And not a lot of pressure, obviously, with this free position. So she just hits a good, nice bounce shot and hits the turf. Good placement.
So a free position shot goal for each team. Still settling in here in the early moments of the first quarter. Oyster River 8-5. Both these teams, of course, will be considered threats in the upcoming Division II tournament. as the Bobcats hoping to rebound from a rare loss. It was a competitive loss on the road at Hanover that snapped the Bobcats' 3-game win streak. This is their final home game tonight. The seniors honored before the game. They'll close out the regular season on Friday at Spalding, whereas Merrimack.
Yeah, challenge coming up for them.
Yeah, they'll head back to take on Winnicott. Of course, the Warriors are breathing down their necks in the standings at 13-1.
Yeah, we're talking hundreds of points separate the two right now, even though Winnicott's got the better record, 13-1, but they're right there. That'll be a critical game to see who gets top seed.
Yeah, Merrimack again unbeaten at 12-0. That Winnicott squad has a couple of D1 wins under their belts. Meanwhile, we have an issue over at the scores table. And we get ourselves an early delay. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe here with you. Reminder, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Friday Night Lights New Hampshire, on YouTube at FNLNH Media. Like and subscribe. We appreciate it. And, of course, we've got tournament coverage for both boys and girls on the way over the next few weeks. So be in the know and follow us on YouTube, FNLNH Media.
Yeah, they've cleared the field for some reason, Nick. I'm trying to figure out what they're doing there at the scorekeeper's table.
Yeah, not sure. It's been an ongoing discussion. And it looks like it involves something with the book, if I were to guess, but who knows?
And the young lady on the penalty prior to the goal is still sitting in the box there, so I'm not sure what that is. It doesn't appear to be a clock issue either.
So both head coaches are going to take advantage and huddle their girls up on the sideline. Again, Morgan Bianco has got quite a staff over at Oyster River. Yeah. Colleen Keeley, Emily Lake, and, of course, Lee Holden Mount is the head JV coach, whereas Katie Todd's squad over on the Merrimack sideline includes assistant coaches Brianna Shelley, Emily Parker, and Lillian Burns.
And all young. They've recruited some good people that will stay with these programs and build on them. I happen to know Morgan somewhat well. She worked with my son Brandon in the Hooligans program. But just good to see that youth coming through in both the men and the women's side. It's incredible. And we've talked about that many times, on the boys lacrosse side, with all the coaching changes that happened there this past year, and to see that those trees start to flourish with more and more. Brian Cameron, obviously, from BG in his father's footsteps. Peter Hamlet, a kid that I coached many years ago through Tomahawks, helping with the Portsmouth staff over there, Derek LeBranch from Bow. And we're seeing the same thing on the women's side, too. It's kind of cool.
All right, we still are in the mix here of what looks like a delay here. 10:44 to go in this opening frame. If you're just joining us, 1 goal each way. Oyster River cashed it in first. Grace Royal, the junior, with a free position goal. And then Merrimack a moment later returned the favor as Brooklyn Hilliard lit the lamp to make it a 1-1 contest.
It doesn't seem to be any. I mean, the trainers are sitting there. There's, nothing going on health-wise apparently with anybody on the sideline. But they are looking at the book. You are correct, and I don't know unless it's an electronic book, or maybe it could be.
It could be a stick issue.
It could be a stick issue. Could be. Maybe the clock is stuck. I mean, they're running. They got to be running the clock from that side as well.
All right, we're going to take a break and come right back here in about 100 seconds. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
All right, ready to resume here in Durham. 1-1 is our score between Merrimack and Oyster River. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Oyster River won the opening face-off, went down, cashed in on a free position shot from Grace Royal. Merrimack then won the ensuing face-off and had a similar result. Brooklyn Hilliard on a free position shot ties the game at 1. So the Bobcats win figure a, well, notable delay. We are off and running again here very early in the game. Yeah. Also, trying to identify a player over there in the box for Oyster River. Tough from the opposing sideline. I believe that's Mia Weglars, the senior, who is serving time for a locked penalty. So right now, the Bobcats on offense, on attack here, shorthanded. As they look for a little bit of keep away here. Merrimack's going to float a second defender over towards the ball.
Yeah, just run it. Just keep running it. And bad check. Yep.
A little overextension. And again, it's Royal in the center of the commotion. The Merrimack commit. Merrimack University commit. Trying to get her second goal here early and reclaim the lead for Oyster River. Going to go to her left, trying to switch hands. Ball comes out and takes a bounce into the net. Well, Royal going to smile on her way back to midfield, but may have caught a break there. The ball looked like it slipped free and took a bounce.
Sure did.
Right past the Merrimack goaltender to give Oyster River the lead.
Good.
Tricky bounce.
Yeah, good movement by the goaltender to follow the path there, but it just kind of took a weird bounce as she shot it. So that's the freshman.
That's her
second goal.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Royal with a free position shot and now shorthanded goal.
Yeah.
As well to make it a 2-1 lead for Oyster River. Again, the storyline here: Merrimack trying to stay undefeated, the only team in Division II still unbeaten. At 12-0, Winnicott right behind them at 13-1. Merrimack Valley, very good squad at 9-4. You've got Hanover at 10-5. Timberlane 9-5, and then there's Oyster River at 8-5. Those are the teams with a winning record as we enter the final week of the regular season. 2-1 Bobcats, trying to keep the momentum going. Shea Sullivan back in the circle against Ava Martin for Merrimack. This one goes straight up in the air. Martin leaps and grabs it. Is that Martin? No, that was Riley Taylor. Martin took the opening draw. Taylor
coming right down the gut, too.
And the freshman, a little wide there. Good recovery, I suppose, by Oyster River.
Yeah.
And then a foot race is going to give this to the home team. A good hustle there. I think that's the long pole, Caroline DeSantis. Able to beat several Tomahawks to the spot there to secure the possession. And now Merrimack trying to tighten the screws here on the ride. That one is stripped from behind. Loose ball at midfield. In the mix for the Tomahawks is Martin.
Oh, good ground ball.
And in the end, it goes to Ava Lee Woods, another one of these talented freshmen. Peyton Trapani, the senior, leading the attack. Trapani to her right, looking for the step. Runs into three players, then fires. Whizzes a little bit right. Good attempt by the goaltender Farwell, but this one's going to stay here with Merrimack.
Yeah, and Peyton just pulled out real quick and then saw the lane open up and just tried to recrank it.
Meanwhile, a little one-on-one up top. This is
there
Hayes. Shot and score.
Beautiful.
Well, another pull in traffic there is Hayes, Jr., committed to New Haven University. Going to tie this game early at 2.
What a nice play this was. A lot of hustle there and a good turnaround right in the slot.
Didn't need a whole lot of space there to pull that off.
Not at all, and she did not miss it that time. That's a good shot by Peyton. Yeah, I love this pass inside. Just patience.
So Trapani, one of these senior leaders. Pretty move there.
Yeah, goes to show you speed kills no matter what sport. I mean, that's just good hustle from the top of the midfield right inside and make the defense move, open things up.
A lot of scoring early, 2-2. And Roger, I believe each team that has won the draw has gone on directly to score so far.
Yeah.
This one goes to Oyster River. Sullivan does it herself. High pass pulled in by Royal. Little jab step on the wing. Now he's going to walk it back. We get a whistle away from the ball. And I believe a sub is allowed to come in here. Oyster River is going to get a restart.
I wonder if that goalie's getting some sun at this point, too, Nick, a little bit.
Sun is setting. Lights are on, but still plenty of daylight left for now. This one ends up wide. Merrimack going to try to go the length of the field here now on the clear. The officials say not so fast. And back, I believe that's the defender, Kylie Perella. The junior in a little bit of trouble. Sullivan all over her. Perella loses the ball in the corner. It takes a roll to the sideline.
She got it.
And it's scooped up by Oyster River. So the attack continues as the Bobcats look to retake the lead.
Good hustle by Oyster River on that to keep it out of that corner and have it go out of bounds.
Coach Bianco trying to direct traffic here. And again, Royals going to backtrack this one. Plenty of room up top. And Royals finally gives it up near side. A lot of talking for Merrimack. Tomahawks looking to force a second straight turnover. On the wing is Aisling Ferris. Youngster getting some time. Ferris, the freshman, draws a slide. Merrimack going to back off.
She's been a workhorse out there. She's been doing draws and field play on both defense and offense.
Ashlyn Zilog. Pass into traffic. That one ends up on the carpet. Royals got a clear path to the ground ball to keep it at this end. Extended possession for Oyster River. It's the freshman again, Ferris.
Good defense by Merrimack.
Lob and then picked off. Good read there defensively. Taken out of the sky by the Merrimack defender. I think that was Lila Carls. The freshman, it was. Or no, that was Olivia Mitchell. That makes more sense.
Another pass inside.
Shot and save.
Beautiful.
Overhead stop. Farwell able to wave the wand. We've got a 2-2 game still. Long outlet pass taken on the bounce.
Yeah, going to give it.
Well, split dodge. Play continues.
Good defense. Good collapse there by Merrimack.
Yeah, officials let him play. A little bit of bumping.
Oh, nice
Meanwhile, a cut and a shot there from Royals, a little off. Pass on time and on target, but Royals couldn't quite get it on target, and again we stay tied at 2.
Yeah, and give Ashlyn Zilog a great feed there from behind.
Same play.
Yeah.
This one, though, a little too high, and Merrimack going to take advantage. Taylor trying to battle the midfield, and 2 Bobcats run into her. Taylor, the freshman, given the okay to restart. Going to weave her way around two defenders, enters the box. Inside of 5 minutes, opening frame here in Durham. 2-2 so far. Two contenders in Division II here colliding. Merrimack hoping to stay unbeaten. Oyster River looking for their 9th win of the season. Meanwhile, this one jammed up.
Boy, nice late stick check there by number 16, Nick.
Good play is right. They may have saved a goal as Hayes on the doorstep. Merrimack, though, going to keep it right here. Tomahawks looking for their first lead of the game. 1-on-1. Martin to her left, back to her right, looking for a cutter, finds
nice.
one. There's the catch, and the shot, again, a little jammed up.
Yeah, we're going to have some contact here? No.
Nope, we're going to play on. Merrimack is going to go right to the cage and score.
Trapani again.
Yep. Saw the green light and hit the gas. That ball was kept in play despite the wide shot, Roger. And, well, the senior attack knew what to do.
Yeah, she sure did. And I'll tell you what I really like about Merrimack's offense here is everybody's moving. With the exception of just slowing things down and getting into set, like you said. They're looking for cutters, and they got bodies coming around the arc. Just love to see the in and out. And you know me, I like movement on any offense. And it all starts with ball movement and then body movement away from the play. And
both teams, it looks like, have looked to find cutters out in front, right?
Yeah, exactly. And, even that feed down here for Oyster River, good set play, and they're looking for people.
So 3-2 Merrimack. 2 in a row for Peyton Trapani.
Each team has a 2-goal scorer already.
Grace Royal for Oyster River.
Good draw.
This one up in the air. And a 4-player pile-up results in a Merrimack ground ball. That's Taylor again. The freshman still with it. Floats a pass. That one goes through traffic, but his backed-up goal line extended on the far side.
Good talk by the Oyster River defenders, too, to get placed.
You could hear Carolyn DeSantis, very vocal, the sophomore, trying to get her troops in the right spots here. Oyster River hoping for a stop. Merrimack looking for their 3rd straight goal. This pass, though, off target. It's going to send Trapani scrambling, but that one rolls out of bounds. So the Bobcats force their first turnover here defensively.
Indeed, yeah. Just a bad pass. Not more you can say there. And good body contact and positioning by Oyster River to kind of have that pass thread the needle over the side. But
here's Royal. He will outrun 3 Tomahawks. Royal going to duck, going to fire, and that one goes wide.
Oh, picked up.
Yep. It's like it deflected off a player behind the cage, stayed in bounds, and the Bobcats will reset.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of shots here early. And again, a 3-2 Merrimack lead. Bobcats going to turn it over up top. Take it away. I think this is Hayes. Long pass up ahead, Trapani. Finds another player up ahead and bobbled. Trying to recover there is Mitchell. Mitchell now finds a cutter, shot, and score. I think that's the senior Alexis Bell. It was. Good pass. And Bell almost in one motion. It'll come down overhand style to make it 4-2.
Well, if this last tic-tac-toe play could have worked on the fast break, I'll tell you that they had a pretty setup going on there. But, yeah, nice feed from behind by number 7. And she's parked right there and no defense in front of her.
So Merrimack scored 3 straight. And after trailing 2-1, it's a 4-2 Tomahawk lead with just over 2 minutes to go in the period.
So it looked like number 1 on that goal. Is that what you got, Eliza Farwell, on that goal? No?
No, that was Alexis
Bell. Okay, yeah. Well, my 7s turn into 1s really quick, so at my age, you know.
Bell's first tonight. And again, the Merrimack offense starting to cook a little bit here. Oyster River looking for a response in the circle. We get a whistle instead.
Oh.
And this one's going to be rewarded to the home team. Sullivan wastes little time. Long pass up ahead, taken on the wing. And now Coach Bianco wants to slow it down a little bit. Meanwhile, big collision. Catching the brunt of it was Gwen Dulac, the junior. And, well, the Oyster River attackman here is going to get rewarded. Hit by two different tomahawks. So now a straightaway free position shot on the way. This one about 10 meters out. Trying to cut the lead in half to the cage. Ball slipped out.
Good defense.
Scooped up by Merrimack. And a good outlet pass is going to advance things here. Again, it's Hayes leading the parade. Hayes unchallenged for now. Slips it left side. Trapani trying to track it. Goes across the zone. Hilliard is going to cock back. No, who was that? That was Hayes again.
Yeah, Hayes again.
Well, you see the footwork there, able to create the shooting space, and Merrimack continues to look good here early. It's 5-2.
Well, they just happen to know where everybody is on the field when they're coming down out of the half-field area, and they're finding their spots, and they're good passes.
Yeah, the passing has been impressive. First goal of the game for Hayes, the junior midfielder committed to New Haven, one of 6 NCAA commits for the Tomahawks.
And New Haven just went D1, Nick, so she's going to be going to a Division I school.
Shows you the
and
talent.
That's impressive,
right?
Yeah.
All right. We've got just over a minute to go here on this clock. This one goes sky high, grabbed, Merrimack again, Hayes again. Given breathing room, going to go left side. Freshman Taylor is ready to cook, but falls down, recovers. And unchallenged, it's back over to Hayes.
Oh,
Hayes,
nice.
There it is. Back to Riley. Riley gets knocked down and lands hard.
Yeah.
Lost the stick and the ball in the process. The Bobcats pounce. Been a physical start here in Durham. Players allowed to play on. Meanwhile, continuing at full speed along that sideline, and now
nice
it's Royals.
pass.
Royal down the middle to the right. Taken, shot low. A little bit of a defensive collision there as well. Good feed. But in the end, the transition opportunity doesn't pay off for Oyster River.
And I liked what the Bobcats player did here, Ray. She tried to go left, just simply missed it. But that's the right move there. Get to your left hand.
Bobcats got to hurry. Crowd trying to give them an assist, counting down the remaining seconds, and this one taken away at the top of the box by Olivia Mitchell. Merrimack, they trailed 1-0 and 2-1, and then the offense caught fire.
Yeah.
3 straight for Merrimack, 5-2 as we hit our first break. Back in a moment, you are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week. It's presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Yeah, who's the other?
Start of the second quarter here in Durham. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week. It's presented by Beals Insurance. It's a battle between two contenders in Division II as we enter the final week of the regular season. Merrimack 12-0 under head coach Katie Todd. I'm sure Roger liking what she saw there in that first quarter from her Tomahawks.
Yes, you have to. You have to like what she's seeing out there in terms of, bodies moving, aggressiveness going after ground balls. Pretty much even keel on the draws, 4 for Merrimack and 3 for Oyster River. But their fast break and their transition is working for them tonight. And absolutely, she's got to be happy with the result. It's 5-2 here.
Some of those possessions were pretty.
Yeah, and it didn't take a lot of time.
Got a good crowd here. A good night. Late May, just past the Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
It's usually the time, Roger, teams really start to change the mindset, and those that are eligible start to look forward to the tournament.
Yeah, and I think that weather played a big part in some of the mindsets out there. We've got a heck of a week coming up here, a short week. And unfortunately, there are a lot of programs out there that I've been keeping track of that are going to have 2 or 3 games this week just to make that schedule up and make sure it's completed by this week. But weather's a big thing. I think this is the first game we've done all year. I think we haven't had 3 or 4 layers on. Okay, so that's a plus.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that everybody's talking about playoff lacrosse, whether you're on the boys or the girls side, because so many things can determine that bottom part of the bracket by simple points, not records and then head to head. But yeah, everybody's a little bit worked up about it this week.
These two are in the top 6 in the division standings here. Merrimack, as we mentioned, at the top of the heap at 12-0. Oyster River in the hunt at 8-5. 5-2 Merrimack. Tomahawks saw goals from Brooklyn Hilliard, 2 from Peyton Trapani. And then Alexis Bell late in the frame, along with Jackie Hayes, made it 5-2. Oyster River with a pair of goals from Grace Royal. So Merrimack trying to pick up where they left off. Another gorgeous pass, shot, and a save. Looks like a kick save.
She was right there, too.
Hannah Dunbar in goal.
Right on top.
That is Dunbar between the pipes, not Eliza Farwell, as I falsely mentioned earlier. Number 7, not number 1.
Oh,
either
right
way, yep. Good stop, sacrifices the body. And then it looked like it was swept out of danger as well by Oyster River. Oyster River's Hannah Main, the sophomore.
Got
a whistle here. A little bit of contact. That's right in front of Coach Todd. Trying to instruct the ride here in real time. Bobcats are going to float it back to one of their senior leaders, Shea Sullivan. The Schnoo commit. Going to come back, change direction. Rainbow pass. Lifted on her a bit. It's going to roll near side before it's scooped up.
to move. There it is.
Pass to the middle. Intended for Ferris. Goes behind her. And now again it's Hayes. Going to cause ruckus for Merrimack. Ball betrays her. Slips out of her stick. Scooped up on the other side. And then a quick restart.
Real quick.
Going to allow the Bobcats to try to push the pace. Instead, we have a collision. Play resumes. Pass out in front is off target. Gets through to the wing. Royal trying to calm everything down. And will here on the near side wing for the home team.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good transitional break for Oyster River there. They just couldn't capitalize on it. They had numbers.
Meanwhile, Oyster River trying to get a goal here on sheer will from Royal, who took a shot to the face, and that's going to draw a flag.
Yeah.
We saw a locked penalty earlier against Oyster River. This one appears to be against Merrimack. So Kaylin Perella going to jog off. No argument from the junior. So a locked penalty each way. And a golden opportunity for Oyster River to break a drought here with Royal with an upcoming free position shot.
Could change things pretty quick here.
Going to fire despite double coverage. That one goes wide. And will stay here at this end with the home team. Bobcats have not scored since about the 9-minute mark in the first quarter.
Yeah, she got contact again. She's taken a beating out there in the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, got tangled up in the split dodge, and now we'll potentially have another chance here. Royal scored 2 in the first 3 minutes.
There it is.
And we'll score right here.
Nice. Wow.
That gives the home crowd something to cheer about here on senior night. Oyster River. Some of their fans starting to pound the bleachers, celebrating the goal. It's a 2-goal game again at 5-3.
Yeah, and that was a pretty play, and that was a good sacrifice for her and a good payoff after taking that beating on 2 different plays there. But great placement of this shot. Kind of goes around the defender. Doesn't just go right at the goal this time, and it just gets a good take.
And it comes after nearly a full quarter drought on the offensive side between goals, nearly 12 minutes. So Royal has been the story in the first half for the Bobcats. 3 goals for the Oyster River standout.
So they needed that, Nick. That you're right.
Timely,
they needed, yeah,
timely goal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Merrimack trying to flip the momentum. They'll win the faceoff. Martin is there on the wing. Pass ahead for Trapani. Goes off the edge of her stick towards the Tomahawk bench and out of play. Good pressure provided there by Adeline Dubois for Oyster River. Dubois the quick restart. DeSantis, one of the captains, going to give way here to Lillian Zeckner. Zeckner, the senior, with a horizontal pass back to Dubois. And a nice job there on the clear for the Bobcats.
Yeah, nice and patient. Didn't have to run it up the field all the time.
Coach Bianco from the home sideline. Trying to direct traffic. Likes the backdoor pass there. A little bit of a bump on the catch. And Ashlyn Zelog, the freshman, going to get rewarded here. Another free position shot for Oyster River. The freshman tangled up. Short pass relieves her. And now they want to clear it out, it looks like, on that far wing. A little bit of a drop step. Nowhere to go for Ferris, another freshman. Zelog will cycle it. Now 2 players behind the cage for Oyster River.
Yeah, it looks like their offense is playing a little bit of a different set here with less cutting but more bodies coming across.
There's a charge to the Tage. Wraparound shot there. Goes wild on Christina Jacobs, the sophomore.
All right, back to even strength now.
So we've seen, an EMO FPS a moment ago from Royal.
Yeah, exactly.
And we also saw a shorthanded goal from Royal. Been the offense so far for Oyster River. Merrimack has countered with a more balanced attack on the attack. The Tomahawks have been kept off the scoreboard so far in the second quarter, which is now nearly 5 minutes old.
Looks like a legal pick.
So, ultimately Merrimack able to force another turnover after a lengthy possession. Hayes knocked down on the pass. Trying to fish it out for the Tomahawks is Mitchell, who does. And the pass handled by, I think that's Trapani on the sideline. Meanwhile, still unchallenged. Going to swing it back around now as the Tomahawks look to execute. Hoping to score their first goal of the period. We're nearly nearing the midway point, second quarter. Tomahawks have played with the lead more often than not. In lead here 5-3.
Yeah.
Spin from Martin, split dodge, strip, whistle.
Yeah,
a little bit of a bump on the elbow, it looked like.
Yeah, contact when she went through with the split dodge there.
It'll set up Martin. Senior committed to Assumption. Trying to etch her name in tonight's scorer's book. Waiting is the goaltender Dunbar. 2 steps, shot, and score. Goes low on Dunbar. Well placed. Martin takes advantage for Merrimack. Tomahawks have now cashed in twice on the free position shot, and it's a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and just another good placed shot on this. Not a ton of movement on the shot, but just good placement right between the wickets there. I was expecting them to really kind of hold the ball there. They were on defense for quite a while over there. They have a short roster. We have 18 on our roster, but I only see maybe another 4 or 5 subs over there. So they're they're going with their top 10, and but they came right at it there.
(6-3) Merrimack. Face off, taken by the Tomahawks. Martin. Second straight, I believe, ground ball taken on the wing there from Martin. Tomahawks looking to make it back-to-back goals.
The clock is stuck right now.
That may have been an issue earlier. We had a bit of a delay very early in the opening moments.
Yeah,
Trapani backdoor. Riley's shot is wide.
Yeah.
But again, the idea was there.
Yeah, Trapani looking for her first assist of the game here. But good backside look and just missed it. Just missed it.
Taylor's played well in this first half, the freshman. Got a lot of youngsters in the crowd seated off to our left, chanting defense, trying to inspire this Bobcat unit.
Well, we have been told that the Oyster River youth are going to be playing at halftime.
There you go.
And they are raring to go.
Clearly.
Yes.
Meanwhile, getting the step is Martin and scored again. May have gone 5 holes, certainly went low. Martin got the hot stick right now. Merrimack with a 7-3 lead.
Well, where most players at this age group, they start to really want to go, high on a lot of their shots. They want to get it, up in the corner. And
why is that?
I think it's more about just seeing that net move, and as we used to say back, in our broadcasts about plucking chickens and making things look cool, but she has clearly got a good take there, and she's found home right there in the middle of that net on the goaltender. That's 2 in a row for her, really in the same spot.
Which is tougher to stop, the high or the low?
I think for most goaltenders, low but mid-range. I always called it belt side, okay, and always on the weak side of the goaltender. It's harder for them to move over like that. But when you start telegraphing shots like that, that's when goaltenders start picking up on that, on the release.
Trapani finds Hayes, and then we find a whistle. Hayes touched up a little bit on that far wing. And again, Roger, the tempo has been there consistently for Merrimack in this first half.
Yeah, this is where, the draws have been to Merrimack's advantage because they are fast and they're running right off. Boom.
There's a deep one. Hayes going to cash in the second time in this first half. Scored late in that first quarter. Lights the lamp again with just outside of 5 minutes to go until halftime. Tomahawks enjoying their largest lead at 8-3.
Yeah, the free positions are hurting Oyster River right now, and well, you get a person that can shoot. She put some emphasis on this one, and that was strong side high. So that little extra push.
Yeah, Dunbar's been peppered a bit over the last couple of minutes. Merrimack scored 5 goals in that first quarter. Were held off the scoreboard for the first, 6 or so minutes.
Exactly.
And over now the last, I guess officially 63 seconds, Merrimack has scored 3 goals.
New draw for Oyster River. This is Sullivan now.
Sullivan has taken the majority for Oyster River and is going to win this one here. Gets a waist-high bounce. And the senior going to slow it down as the Bobcats look to make the most of this upcoming trip. They trail by 5. That's the largest margin of this first half. Sullivan with Royal to her left. Royal's going to take over here at the top of the box. Wants a one-on-one. Trying to power her way to her right, but the defender Riley was up to the challenge. Now we have, again, another stoppage.
I really like the move she made there, though. She made contact and pulled back as if she was, programming that.
All right, so here's Royal. He's carried the offense here for Oyster River in this first half with all 3 goals.
Nice play.
Nifty move to the right and then a shot on the run. Boy, the footwork is impressive as Royal cashes in yet again her 3rd free position goal of this first half and 4th overall.
Yeah, and I liked what she did here. She pulled up short and basically ran around the defender as they collapsed on her and cut through the two defense defenseman and hit that low corner. Again, placement. Not power, but placement.
So 8-4. A little more manageable here for the home team with just over 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, and again, a timely goal for Oyster River to not let this thing get out of sight for them. That last time they were within 3, now they're within 4.
Put a stop to a 3-0 Merrimack run.
Indeed.
Meanwhile, as we mentioned at the start of the game, good crowd here tonight on senior night, but it seems like, Roger, every time I turn around, there's a few more people here.
Exactly.
It's a big crowd.
You know, you had the youth contingent and their folks that are watching a good game here so far, and, it's always good to see.
Each team with one game remaining on the regular season schedule later this week. Meanwhile, Hayes has looked good in this first half, gets inside her defender, finds Martin, shot, kick, save again. Dunbar with another stop. She's looked good at times, Roger, in the first half, including right there.
And she's got quick feet. I think that's her second kick save of the game.
Meanwhile, Riley, the freshman, going to dance up top. Trapani takes over. One of Merrimack's playmakers wants a one-on-one. The defender is Grace Harvey. Gets the step on Harvey. Trapani's shot is a bouncer, but wide.
But again, great placement. Weak side, low. Looking for that, strong side low, but just misses the pipe.
Good spin move to get open, too.
Yeah. Dunbar gave her a little bit too much net there on the strong side, but she just missed it.
You know, another wide shot backed up by Merrimack. Tomahawks will pull it out on the perimeter.
Good look. Oh, nice.
Yeah, good duck and then score. Again, it's Jackie Hayes. Looked like Roger able to elude what was potentially a shoulder-high hit, kind of ducked out of the way, and then the bouncer was on target.
Yeah, you could see it coming. Just the way they had this play set up and the cut-through with the cutter, just beating the defense and getting as close as she can without missing the net. Good play. We've been seeing a lot of almost, not set plays, but offenses that really had some organized planning put into them.
And the execution has been pretty.
Yes, it has.
Hayes has looked good. 3 goals. So a hat trick in this first half for Jackie Hayes, the junior.
Yeah, and give Ava Martin an assist on that, so she stays in the points category there.
Yeah. Oyster River looking for a response. Down 5 again. As we have just inside of 3 minutes to go until halftime. Coming up at halftime, stats, highlights, analysis, on-a-town scoreboard look, and a preview of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire schedule, which includes a couple of boys' games later this week. That's all coming up at the break. Merrimack, plenty of time to try and set up one more here. This offense has been prolific. Put up 18 in the win over Spalding their last time out.
Oh, nice.
And, another over-the-top feed is on target. And another goal for Merrimack. Not a big celebration. They're starting to get used to it. A 10-4 lead for the Tomahawks.
Yeah, just good lacrosse here, good awareness, body position, IQ of where people are on the field, good feed.
Trapani's got a hat trick now. 2 goals in the first quarter. And another here with 2:29 to go in the second. Timeout, Oyster River.
Yeah, why not?
Coach Bianco wants to talk it over. Can sense her club's in a little bit of danger here. Merrimack's starting to get on another roll. They've scored 5 of the last 6 goals in the second quarter.
Yeah, and just good lacrosse here by Merrimack, quite frankly. Not a lot of mistakes out there. When they do miss something, they're right on top of it, and they're capitalizing. But, I mean, my stat sheet's pretty clear for them except for the offensive side of things. Not a lot of turnovers. I have 1 turnover from Merrimack so far this half. But, boy, they're looking sharp.
Yeah. Our broadcast brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in Bedford, Londonderry, and Epping. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com Start raising money for your team today. And finally, by the New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Find out more at nhtomahawks.com and also girls.nhtomahawks.com. And finally, Roger, a public service announcement.
Yeah.
Officials. Well, they're in need of more officials, especially for the upcoming weeks here. The referees always seem to be dealing with shortages. You can volunteer at both the youth level and at the high school level. Not volunteered, it's a paid gig, of course.
Paid gig,
but
yeah.
Yeah, a good way to spend your time, get some money in your wallet, and make a difference at both the youth and the high school level. Be an official. Find out more at both NHYLA.org and NHLOA.org.
Yeah, got to get out there, get back to the game, you young guys and girls that are coming back from school. If you've done your 4-year stint in college and you want to stay connected to the game, if you're not going to get into coaching, which we commented earlier about just how many young coaches are coming back into the game at the high school level and at the club level and youth level. Just wonderful to see that. And there is a true shortage out there for officials throughout the state. And, this past season especially, I was just amazed at the NHIAA and how they scheduled so many games on top of each other. We've had 19 games on the boys' side sometimes throughout the 3 divisions, and there's just not enough officials to cover that. And you got to remember, we on the boys' side, we've got teams up in North Conway down to Nashua and out to Keene.
Right.
I mean, we not everybody wants to make that drive that where the population is in Rockingham and Hillsborough County. So we're talking statewide now that we really need to see more people step up and get involved in that. And Bill Ball does a great job. Tim Bethke. Running those organizations, and I believe I can't recall. I think Wayne Demers was the youth official director. I'm not sure who that is right now. Might be Kevin Bishop, or actually I do know it's a gentleman from Salem, but I'll think of his name in a minute. That took over for Wayne.
Well, you just rattled off about 15 names.
Yeah. No,
we'll excuse that one.
I'm going to give everybody a shout out when I can and fill in time as we wait for the next draw here. So, definitely, I'm glad we can promote that and help them with that.
So coming out of the timeout, Oyster River, Roger, down 6 for the first time with Merrimack surging. Coach Bianco hoping her girls can respond here over the final 2:29.
Yeah, for sure.
Sullivan back in the circle. This one goes straight up in the air. Sullivan leaves her feet. Riley going to scurry her way with the ball for Merrimack. Able to get that inside track, straddle the midfield line. Riley's been impressive. Riley Taylor, the freshman, able to help out there. So coming up on 2 minutes to go, Merrimack threatening again. Oyster River going to pack it in here, it looks like, a little bit.
Yeah, they really can't afford to go in 7 down here.
Meanwhile, isolation. Hilliard scoped out the options, going to reverse it instead. It looks like Merrimack's going to test the fences here. Now Devine trying to go downhill. Nowhere to go. Martin going to swoop back around. Final 100 seconds. Martin still with it. Looks for a pick to her left. Good switch.
Oh, good wall of defenders.
Yeah. Hayes, back door. There it is. And Taylor able to cash in again.
Wow.
Riley Taylor has done a little bit of this and a little bit of that. The freshman midfielder able to light the lamp, and Merrimack cruising right now 11-4.
Well, yeah, she's certainly the Swiss Army knife out there for them tonight. But, it just took some patience here for Merrimack to finally break through that 3-4 person wall up top and kind of squeeze through the collapsing defenders. And just a good pass and good shot.
First goal of the night for Taylor. He's worked hard, good two-way player. And we've seen her make a difference in the circle. For Coach Todd as well. She's back in to take the draw here. Minute 26 to go until the break.
Almost felt like they were waiting for the last shot there, too, the way they were playing that at first.
Everybody got a touch, yeah?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Martin Takes it on the wing. Merrimack wins another draw. Hayes going to hook up near side with Woods. Woods looks for a cutter. That's a contested catch, contact, and another whistle.
Yeah, they're going to put her up in the arc. Yep. A lot of congestion in there.
Taylor was grabbed. So now, chance for back-to-back goals for the freshman. Clock ticking inside of a minute. She's going to charge to her left, shoots it right, and goes top shelf. Pretty contested release. Didn't matter. Taylor, 2 in a row. Merrimack with 3 in a row. It's now 12-4.
Yep, she's been their Swiss Army knife tonight, that's for sure. And that kind of solidifies that with the free position a goal. Tough to stop that when you got those kind of moves going through.
Well, we've seen, I think, Roger, both teams look to draw contact tonight, right?
Yeah, and I mean, you know me, I like contact. So, I mean, if it's almost like it's programmed the way they play their game. You know, they get that first bump and they almost like a fadeaway jumper in basketball. They feel that contact and they come back and they just regroup and come right in. And they're not afraid of dodging through it either.
Been a physical game as well.
Yeah.
We've seen a couple of locked penalties in this first half and a lot of bodies hit the turf. Tomahawks are on fire at the draw. Martin another win. Final 45 seconds. Trapani out of a crowd going to jog back to the top of the box and reset. The senior going to skip to her right. Looks to draw, slide, finds a cutter, and yes, sir. Hayes goes down hard. Tangled up.
No, they're gonna send her? No. Just the free position, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, had her legs, it looked like, taken out unintentionally. So Taylor, who's been spectacular, trying to add to the Merrimack total and just fires a bullet.
Wow.
That one looked like whizzed over the right shoulder of Dunbar there. And it's 13-4.
That's as close to a step down you're going to get. I mean, she just just let it rip. Wow.
So Jackie Hayes now with 4 goals in this first half. Merrimack has scored 5 straight and 9 of the last 10. This was at one point a 2-1 Oyster River lead. Tomahawks closed the first quarter with a 3-0 run and led 5-2. That lead stuck for a while. The first 2.5 minutes anyway, before Royals or Oyster River made it 5-3 on an EMO free position shot.
Yeah. Well, I have no room on my scorecard for the second quarter for any more goals, so they got to stop.
Merrimack rattled off 2 straight from Martin and Hayes after that. Royal interjected with her 4th. Speaking of Royal, triple teamed here on the wing. Spins, trying to fight her way to a backhanded shot. Goes high and wide. That'll stop the clock with just inside of 17 seconds.
I like that play. Take what the defense gives you, and even if you're rolling your backhands to get it, that's a nice play.
And again, good enough to draw contact, so a free position shot on the way. Oyster River looking for a lifeline here, down 9. Royals step down, shot deflected, rebound and put home.
Nice, number 5.
Gwen Dulac right there, right place, right time. It's all smiles right now for Oyster River as they hope to chip away here, 13-5 with inside of 14 seconds.
And great to be aggressive there on the rebound after the shot by Royal, and she let this rip, and it looks like it went off the goalie's mask. Right out front.
I think you're right.
Way to capitalize on that.
So Dulac finally puts an end to the Merrimack run.
Yeah, she definitely got rung because she's the goalie is kind of pointing to her defender teammate. Yeah, and patting her head. She took it right off the bean.
Going to stay in the game, show some toughness here.
Yeah, well, 13 seconds here, so. But yeah.
All right. Both teams looking for a last-second goal here before halftime. And we've seen both teams strike very quickly after the face-off.
Yeah.
This one is knocked down, swept ahead. Trapani has it in the box. Clock tick, tick, ticking. Down to 5. The senior looking. Nowhere to go, and is not going to fire this one. That'll do it. As Merrimack elects to run out the clock. They're okay with an 8-goal lead. 13-5. Merrimack leading Oyster River here in Durham at halftime. It's been impressive to watch. Both teams have put up a good effort here, but right now it's Merrimack in the better spot ahead, 13-5.
Yeah, and Oyster River's got some patching up to do. They need to make some adjustments, especially at the face-off circle. They did a fair job there, towards the end of that quarter. But they need the ball. The ball's got to be in their stick, and they got to regroup on offense.
Coming up, look back at the stats, at the highlights. We got Rogers' analysis. We have an out-of-town scoreboard, and we have a scheduling preview for the final week of the regular season. All that is coming up in just a few moments. Halftime in Durham, Merrimack leading Oyster River. It's 13-5. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Back here at halftime, where it's a big lead for Merrimack, a 13-5 edge for the Tomahawks, as Merrimack looks to stay unbeaten here on the road and improve to 13-0. Nick Anastas along with Roger Howe. Oyster River showed some fight in that first quarter. Under head coach Morgan Bianco, they struck first. Grace Royal had a big first half. The junior with a free position shot in the opening minutes put Oyster River out in front 1-0. But then Brooklyn Hilliard had the answer. Free position shot, which turned out to be a weapon for Merrimack in that first half. She tied the game at 1. Oyster River right back at it as Royal able to make it 2-1 Oyster River. Then Merrimack got hot. 3 straight to close out the opening quarter. Peyton Trapani back-to-back goals gave Merrimack their first lead. Alexis Bell tacked it on. And then one more for good measure in the final minute as Jackie Hayes made it 5-2. Oyster River would respond early in the second quarter as Royal cashed in again on a free position shot. This time, they had an EMO going. They made it 5-3, but then Merrimack exploded. Ava Martin back-to-back goals. Hayes another. One of the Martin goals a free position shot. Hayes' second via a free position shot. That 3-goal span occurred in 63 seconds for this explosive Merrimack attack. Oyster River got a fourth from Royal about the 4-minute mark to make it 8-4. And then Merrimack went on another run. Hayes, Trapani. Freshman Riley Taylor scores back-to-back. Hayes again on a free position shot. That was the high water mark at 13-4. And then we saw a rebound goal in the closing minute from Gwen Dulac. Gave the Bobcats reason to celebrate, but work to do for the home team as we begin this third quarter. It's 13-5 in favor of the Tomahawks.
And like so many things in lacrosse, the draws in this game have definitely helped Merrimack to dominate. They just came out of the gate, and it was pretty even in that first quarter, but in the second quarter they just dominated at the face-off X, and they were up. They're 13-7 on face-off, so when you got possession and you got that kind of offense, you put it in the net to boot. It's going to be a tough climb.
Saw this a lot in the first half. Taylor looking for the hat trick. The freshman draws contact. Save is made there by Hannah Dunbar. I thought the flag was going to come out. Instead, we play on. So Oyster River gets a stop. And now the task for the Bobcats is a clear. Intercepted is right. Taylor steps right into the passing lane to complete the interception. And the pass mishandled here on the near side, but kept in bound by Hayes. And Merrimack is back to work here with just over a minute gone by.
She is all over the field.
Hayes has looked good. Plenty of ground balls for and Taylor as well. And again, it's been a balanced scoring attack. Hayes, a lot of movement here. Going to draw a slide. Goes back door. Tough catch, shot, and score for Taylor.
Jeez.
Pretty. Taylor in a crowd again. Able to pull in overhead and then release. Big smile on the youngster's face. The freshman makes it 14-5.
Boy, she's just all over the place. Picking off passes on clears. At the face-off or at the draw, she's getting right to it, making a name.
So now, Oyster River in a bit of a spot here. Down 9. Another Merrimack goal would make it a 10-goal gap, and that, of course, would trigger that dreaded running clock.
Yeah, and boy, what a night for the freshman here. And this past weekend in the Division I final, there was a freshman for UNC that scored 5 goals in that game. She was on fire. It's just amazing to see the youth and the skill levels that are just rising to top-level lacrosse.
It was a big win for the program. North Carolina, national champions after that victory over Northwestern.
Yeah.
Bobcats are going to get the face-off win here. That category belonged to Merrimack in the first half.
Yes, it did. Big time. Big time. We're at least even right now in this early part of the second half.
Tough pass into a crowd at midfield. It results in a turnover. Taylor, another ground ball for the Tomahawks. Merrimack trying to push. The freshman makes a move to her right, redirected by the defender on a good play. Merrimack will look to restart. Grace Harvey has held her own for Oyster River. Freshman has looked good at times tonight and certainly stopped Riley there and squandered what could have been a Merrimack transition opportunity. Tomahawks, it looks like Roger would now 3 here, goal line extended, including Trapani, who is going to survey here along the near sideline.
Yeah, time to start locking down.
Trapani wants a one-on-one. The defender is Zetner. And Zetner got the takeaway.
Oh.
Zetner. Full speed ahead, left to right. The senior has the clear. In a reverse direction here with 3 minutes gone by, third quarter. Bobcats looking for something to build on here, trailing big 14-5.
Yeah, and that's something they needed desperately. And now watch for a nice long possession for them. Take some heat off the defense.
It's flipped over to Royal. Royal examines to her left, makes a move to
nice
her right.
pass.
The pass in front gets through.
It's not going to come. Oh, it's going to be a brush. Okay.
I'm going to stay here.
Yeah.
Get another look.
Yep. It was a pass. Okay. I'll give her the brush.
Think somebody got a piece?
Yeah. Well, I'd certainly go with the official's word over mine. She was right there.
Here's Dulac. Had a pretty rebound goal in that final minute before halftime. And you called it, Roger, a lengthy possession here as the Bobcats trying to find a crack, but Merrimack not giving much room.
No, and they're pretty.
A lot of communication tonight, really for both teams defensively, which we know is important.
We have been hearing a lot of talk out there, and I like what Merrimack's doing. They're not panicking. They're just starting to press out a little bit to wear this thing down, but good check there. I did not see contact.
Royal got a little bit of a step to her right. We get another look here, kind of.
Yeah, good stick check there.
Hayes from behind may have drawn the whistle.
I didn't see any contact to the body, though. I thought it was a good trail check.
This one too deep for a shot, so Royal will pull it back out.
Yep.
Rainbow pass near side.
Turn it.
Strong move. Sullivan jammed up. And again, kind of a wild release as we hear a whistle.
Yeah, a little bit of a hold there. She had a left-handed shot there. I thought she was going to take it, and she just wanted one more step right there. That defender's stick came up a little late. I thought she had some daylight there.
Well, they're going to give Sullivan the benefit of the doubt here. A free position shot for Oyster River. Just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah.
If you're a Bobcat fan as we approach the midway point third quarter.
Yeah, they need it bad here.
Sullivan shoots and scores.
Nice.
Sneaks it, inside that far post.
Yeah, she just.
With little room to spare. Sullivan's first tonight makes it a 14-6 game.
Well, along with Riley Taylor, the other draw woman for Oyster River, they're turning into the Swiss Army knife, or she's turning into the Swiss Army knife for the Oyster River team here. She's been out there all over the field.
Taking a lot of the draws, if not all.
Yes, exactly.
Well, we're near, one of the naval bases out here, Roger. You're a Seacoast guy.
Yeah, Peas and their what is it?
Dover as well, right?
C-140s or C-40 planes, yeah. Mistake them for earthquakes sometime down by my way, which I guess we had another earthquake here in Greenland over the weekend, I heard. Yeah, after a big one in January.
14-6. Well, Bobcats trying to put together a comeback the only way you can, one step at a time. Hoping to capture the face-off here. Instead, it bounces to Merrimack. Again, the wing play has been impressive on the circle. Tomahawks kick it. I think that was Martin again on the ground ball. Now it's Taylor. Left side.
Inside.
Extra pass. Shot. It goes wide.
They have not missed on that connection much tonight to Trapani.
Good feed. Hayes to Trapani, and the senior, I think, wishes she could have that one back.
Boy, that's pretty. That was pretty.
Ball movement has been there tonight for Coach Todd. But the shot that time a little wide. Meanwhile, whistle, restart. This Merrimack ride relentless right now. Bobcats trying to secure it. They do. Big hit. And that surely draws another whistle. A decleating hit there in midfield.
They're going to bring her back.
See, Dulac got the worst of it. Dulac okay. It's been a rough and tumble game.
It really has.
As we've talked about.
Yes. Yeah.
Saw 2 locked penalties in that first half.
And, the contact with no equipment and, taking their lumps.
Meanwhile, the sun's starting to set here on the seacoast. The lights are on and becoming more and more necessary as we move toward the 5-minute mark, third quarter.
Here we go. Right in.
Royal, who has been the star tonight offensively for Oyster River, is going to draw another whistle.
Yeah. Lillian Zedner has come alive here in the second half on defense. That's her second clear all the way down the field, creating offense for the Bobcats, and it's paying off in a free position again.
Royal looking for goal number 5, goes right to the cage and draws another whistle.
Oh, yeah, right in the face on this one.
It's going to draw a penalty, and Hayes, I believe, is going to draw trot. How about that, to the penalty box with no hesitation and no argument. So 1 penalty each way in that first half, both of the locked variety. This one comes with 5:06 to go in the third quarter. So the ever dangerous Grace Royal, junior committed to Merrimack, eyeing down the freshman goaltender Sophia Richard and scores.
Move. Beautiful move.
Good footwork, well-placed shot over the shoulder. Oyster River trying to get something going here. Back-to-back goals, it's 14-7.
And again, not just winging it right off the whistle. She makes a nice hitch move and goes around the defense and finds her spot. She goes strong side on this, too. Smart player. Takes a look. Oh, no, it was weak side. Yeah, for sure. Good camera angle there, Matt.
Meanwhile, we have a timeout on the field.
Yeah, I like that.
And we see Peyton Trapani getting an explanation from the officials. 5:04 to go, third quarter, 14-7, Merrimack doubling up Oyster River. Our broadcast brought to you by Beals Insurance, locations in Bedford, Londonderry, and Epping. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance. Get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also, by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. And finally, by the New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Find out more at nhtomahawks.com and also at girls.nhtomahawks.com. Nick Anastas along with Roger Howe. It's 14-7 Merrimack, although a moment ago it was 14-5. Big first half for the Tomahawks. However, the last 2 goals have been scored by Oyster River back-to-back strikes from Shea Sullivan and Grace Royal. So Merrimack, of course, 12-0 coming in, the only undefeated team in Division II. Hoping to stay that way, but they think they're going to cruise to the finish line here, Roger. They may have to think again as the Bobcats willing to fight here with still a lot of time to go. 5:04 to go in the third.
Yeah, and it's their first 3-goal stretch of the game, and they seem to be taking advantage of that momentum that we talk so much about in this sport, where the excitement gets going. And again, I'm going to mention her name, Lily Zetner, from the defensive side of the field, doing the old football punt clear a couple of times there and creating offense for the Bobcats to bring it down. And sometimes that's all a team needs, is to see just one person out there just really busting out. And it changes your energy, and all of a sudden, boom, you got a couple of free positions, and you're back in this game. From at least the momentum side of things.
Yep.
There's still a long road here, but I mean, to get 3 goals right out of the half, that's what you like to see. We talk about that so much, making adjustments, doing something different, coming out and compensating for what you weren't doing in the first half of the game when things weren't working quite as well, and that's working now.
What are they doing defensively that has worked? Through the first now 7 minutes of this third quarter, Merrimack has only scored once.
Yeah, they look more organized. They look like they're, just staying static and not overcommitting and allowing those cutters to come through the box like they were in the first half.
This one straight up batted down. It's going to roll. 4 players in the mix, and now the officials reward Merrimack. The freshman Taylor with a quick restart, going to jog to her left. Double team on Trapani forces her to give it up. Martin back to Riley. Looking to double the ball here. As we know, Merrimack short-handed. That was I believe, Roger, a 2-minute lock penalty again.
Yeah.
On the other end. So it's keep-away time for the Tomahawks. So far, so good. Now nearly 40 seconds into the possession. Mitchell finds Taylor. Taylor is trapped from behind, but got knocked illegally there. Merrimack keeps it. Taylor trying to circle away from 3 defenders.
Yeah, definitely more of an aggressive defense by the Bobcats here with really pressing out at the midfield line.
Trapani takes over. Danger from behind. Escapes to her left. Pass, though, is low and on the ground. Scooped up. That's Perella in a crowd.
Yeah, gonna go.
Yep. Bobcats waste little time. Royal pedal to the metal across midfield. Inside of 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
That aggressiveness paid us off with a turnover. Oh, nice play.
Yep, back door, but it's batted down. Dulac trying to find it. Does come up with it. Keeps it inbounds near that far corner. Now Oyster River takes a collective breath as we move towards 3 minutes to play. In this fast-moving third quarter, it was a 13-5 Tomahawk lead at halftime. Defense the name of the game so far here in the third.
Oh, almost. Yeah.
Took a shot.
Yeah, they called her with a screen by the looks.
Yep. So moving screen, the defender looked like paid the price. And the officials are Johnny on the spot. Meanwhile, it's Mitchell double teamed. Merrimack looking to the middle here for the clear. Instead, the pass again back on the turf and taken away. Now it's Sullivan. Ferris's pass, and again, Dulac is knocked to the ground.
And again, Nick, aggressive defense in this transitional area up here at midfield to get the ball back to the Bobcats.
Yeah.
Definitely a change of strategy with them being more aggressive, even out in the midfields.
Still with a big hill to climb, trailing here by a 7-goal deficit. But again, momentum on their side as they look for a third straight. We move towards 2 minutes to go. Little back and forth. Royal's got some room. Now charges. Comes downhill. Split dodge. Will draw the whistle.
Man, she has been taking a beating tonight.
Going to sleep well. As again, Royal has been shouldering the offense tonight. 4 goals in the first half. And 1 more so far in this third quarter.
Yeah, she's looking for her 5th here. She needs to go right at it here.
That's what she does. The junior shot and score.
Yeah.
Richard got a piece, but the roll belongs to Oyster River.
Yeah.
Royal back-to-back goals, 3 straight for the Bobcats, and they're back within 6 at 14-8.
Well, signs of life here. And, even if you don't make up this deficit in this game, you got to feel good about this second half so far, at least, energy-wise. Yeah. And knowing that your strategy can sometimes change the tide of the game. More people in. And it looks like do we have a new draw person out there for?
I think that's Ferris.
Is it?
Yeah, it is, with Sullivan on the wing.
Yeah.
Sullivan had taken the majority of the draws so far tonight, but it's Ferris in the circle for the Bobcats, the freshman. Going up against another freshman, Riley Taylor, who has rotated tonight along with Ava Martin for Merrimack.
Oh.
Big collision at full speed there, and a stick goes across the face of Martin. Martin with the restart up ahead to Taylor. The freshman comes down the middle. Looking to take on the defender. Goes around 2 defenders to the cage.
Snuffed.
And it's stopped at the doorstep. Dunbar with save number 5. Keeps the score where it is at 14-8.
Have a good for Taylor to get through that defense and get that close in on Dunbar. She stood tall.
Yep. Almost took it right out of the stick.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Oyster River completes the clear. As Adeline Dubois is allowed free passage via the near sideline. We're inside of the final minute, third quarter. Bobcats continuing to show fight and hope for another goal here to showcase their efforts. Down to 45 seconds. They score here. It's the closest contest we've seen since the midway point second quarter. It was when Merrimack led 8-3.
Yeah, I think I play for last shot here. Don't give Merrimack a chance to put another tally on the board while you're going to win this quarter, really.
That was my next question. You just answered it.
Yeah.
And apparently that is going to be the deal here, down to 20 seconds.
Yeah, I would do the exact same thing, Coach.
Coach Bianco gives the green light, and Ferris fires, pays the price, knocked down again.
We're going to go the other way?
No, the official is going to send another Merrimack player to the box.
Yeah, who's this going to be? 23?
Again, no argument. That's the senior.
Summer Dahlback Joyle.
Defender committed to UNE. So, 10 seconds here. And again, a golden opportunity for Oyster River. Another free position shot on the way.
Yeah.
This one from Aisling Ferris, the freshman.
The infraction was fortunate for the Bobcats because they were not closest to that ball when the shot went out of bounds, so they would have lost that. And
Ferris, a bouncer, able to beat Richards stick side. The run continues for Oyster River. They're within 5 at 14-9. 4 straight goals, 3 straight free position shot goals.
Yeah. I think I misspoke a short time ago when I said that they had 3 goals in a row, but I'm a good prognosticator. I mean, call me Nostradamus, and but just a little bit off my timing.
That's 4 in a row either way is impressive. And again, this is a club that was down 9 not too long ago.
Yeah, exactly. And it's they're going to win this quarter, like I said, and they're a little bit off on the draws, but.
Well, that's even up maybe a little bit in this third quarter, right?
Yeah, we're a little closer. Yeah, I've got 4-1 so far, but
Merrimack has had that edge tonight overall. And look for it here again. Freshman versus freshman. This one going to roll towards the top of the box where it's scooped up by Royal for Oyster River. She's going to run out of time, and that'll do it for the third quarter.
Yeah. Good for them.
A big showing from Oyster River. They were down big. They're within shouting distance. It's 14-9 after 3. Do they have enough to complete the comeback, or does Merrimack remain undefeated? We find out next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Well, we've got ourselves a game. As we head to the fourth quarter here in Durham, Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. We're under the lights here at Oyster River, where it appeared like we were headed for a blowout. Merrimack led by as many as 9 early in the third quarter by a score of 14-5. After that, 4 unanswered goals by Oyster River. That's the longest run for the Bobcats tonight. They close out that third quarter on a high note. They're back within 5, but still a lot of work to do, Roger, over the final 12 minutes.
Yeah, but you can do it. I mean, we know all about that. We have seen many, many games over the course of the years where, a team gets hot, they start clicking, and they can put, 5-6 goals together very, very quickly. Oyster River's got that capability. Obviously, they had a really good run in that third quarter.
Merrimack led 13-5 at halftime. Balanced attack for the Tomahawks through the first two quarters, as Hayes and Riley Taylor, along with Peyton Trapani, leading the scoring attack. And then Oyster River, it's been a one-woman show from Grace Royal. 5 of the now 9 goals for Royal. Make it 6, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
4 in the first half, 2 more in that third quarter. Back-to-back free position goals in the third quarter for the junior.
Just on fire.
Meanwhile, sun is set. We're under the lights. And unfortunately, the bugs have started to come out here for the first time really this season.
Well, you talk about black flies to anybody else outside of New England, and they look at you like you're just nuts, But it is black fly season right now. I mean, we all should have expected it. I mean, all that wet weather we had for so long, and now we had an 80-plus degree day today. They're out in force.
All right. As we talked about, Roger, a little bit of a different philosophy from Oyster River in that third quarter. Coach Bianco dialing up the pressure a bit, and as a result, more aggressive play on both ends helped the Bobcats close that gap.
Yes, absolutely. Much more aggressive between the boxes on ground balls and defending and locking off, not allowing Merrimack to really get any open looks on the passes that they've been doing very, very well within that first half, and breaking down their transition. They just were not able to. I don't think Merrimack had a transition or fast break in that entire third quarter. So that strategy clearly has worked. I think what Oyster River needs to do if they need to make up that 5-goal gap quickly is start winning some draws here.
And what does Merrimack do to shake the funk? They were scoreless over the final 10-18 of that third quarter.
Well, when they get the ball on offense, they need to go back to what they were doing well, which was a lot of body movement, a lot of cuts through the center, and they just didn't seem to have those opportunities because Oyster River had possession. It was a big deal, big turn of events.
Merrimack 12-0, the only unbeaten team in Division II, hoping to stay atop the standings with 1 game remaining. Oyster River, one of 6 teams above the 500 mark coming into tonight in Division II at 8-5. Face-off goes to the Bobcats. It's a category that has favored Merrimack tonight, but right now a chance to make it a 5th straight goal for Oyster River.
Well, that combination of Ferris and Sullivan at the draw for the Bobcats is starting to work better for them. Ooh, and there it is.
Shot and score.
My goodness.
Gwen Dulac pulled the trigger. Pretty good defense. Didn't matter. Oyster River within 4 at 14-10.
Well, this is kind of what you want to see, too, as a coach. You want to see them, key in on the goal scorer who has, been Royal, but get some other people involved in the offense. And that's a nice release on that shot by Dulac. I like that. Well done.
Second goal for Dulac, who scored in the final minute before halftime on a rebound. The junior strikes again here in the first minute of the fourth quarter. And now 5 unanswered by Oyster River. Trailed by as many as 9. They've already made up over half that gap here. Still plenty of time to go, just 27 seconds into the fourth.
Yeah, so Sullivan back at the draw. Oyster River won that first draw and made it pay. See if they can do it again.
This one up for grabs and snatched out of the air by Ava Martin. Whether in the circle or on the wing has been effective tonight for the visitors.
Yeah, so a change at the draw for Merrimack. That has been Taylor most of the night for them.
Yeah, Taylor, we saw Martin a little bit in that first half.
Yeah, we did.
We see her here again. Meanwhile, getting the step.
Good defense.
Yep.
Oh, maybe too much. A little too much with the stick there.
That's Lila Carls, the freshman midfielder for Merrimack, and Carls is going to line up here for a free position shot.
I think she got a little bit of too much of the shaft against the body there on the push.
Carl's bounce attempt wide.
Misses.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what's the result on the back end? It's going to go the other way.
Yeah. Kind of a late call there, but Oyster River beat it out.
Good hustle. So the drought for Merrimack on the attack continues. As the Bobcats force another stop. Now beating the Merrimack ride here and completing the clear is a different task. This is a long outlet pass. Pulled in by Ferris. Ferris runs into trouble, a double team at midfield, but has the help of the official. Whistle keeps it with Oyster River. Quick restart. Now Ferris trying to jab her way to some freedom here, but good heads-up defense there.
Yeah, calm it down. Calm it down. Find your bodies. Run your plays. Oh, got to make that.
That's Ashlyn Zelog. Recovers and then scores.
There it is. Dulac again.
Dulac. All smiles again. Oyster River rolling. Back within 3 at 14-11. And now 6 unanswered.
Well, it looks like there was an overload in this offense. And then all of a sudden it collapses on the Merrimack defense. Yeah, they had 4 other players on the other side of the field. And Dulac fights this one out. And no one there to help out on defense. And great placement. Great placement. So, yeah, this is exciting. They're within 3 now.
Yeah, again, we were talking about a running clock as a potential possibility early in the third quarter. That is certainly not the case now.
And Taylor back on the draw.
Meanwhile, we saw Oyster River go dry for a moment there in that first half. Nearly 12 minutes of scoreless lacrosse. Merrimack, unfortunately, for the Tomahawks right now, in that same boat, over 12 minutes since their last goal.
Yeah, and I think this is Ferris. I think she's even taken a different stance. Oh, no, a whole new person.
It's Royal.
Royal again. That's the first time tonight, I think, for Royal.
I believe so as well. Royal stays hot on the trail of Taylor, but it's Taylor who captures for Merrimack. The freshman got to be amongst, if not of the atop the ground ball stat tonight.
Yeah.
For Merrimack. With, again, most of that work coming around the circle.
Yeah, so I like that strategy, though, by Bianca, because you got your best offensive player out there taking a draw, and if she wins it clean, you're right in there. There
Trapani.
It is.
Leaving several defenders in her wake. Not to be denied there, the senior. With a much-needed goal there from Merrimack. They break the spell, and they reestablish a 15-11 lead.
Yeah, she's been a dominant force in that first half, and she just strolls right in for this one. Love the switch of hands. Keeps it away from the defense in her left. Goes to her dominant shooting hand. Gets pay dirt. Nice job.
Goal number 4. Had 3 in the first half. So Trapani, the answer for Merrimack. They can breathe a little comfortably. A little more comfortably, at least.
I love this matchup on the draw. I think this is just great strategy by Oyster River.
Seen several players take the draw tonight for the Bobcats, including Sullivan.
Yeah. Didn't work
Sullivan
out.
and Ferris primarily. The last 2 have been taken by Royal. Trapani now for Merrimack is going to bring her defender behind the cage. That's Ferris riding her right on the hip.
Oh.
And then a bullet pass is off target. Rolls back towards midfield. And they're going to give this to the Bobcats.
Not sure what was going on over there, but
Trapani may have pushed off. An attempt to get that ground ball. Not sure, but
good.
The official right in the area. So Oyster River trying
pass.
to clear it instead. It's a backwards, almost lateral pass that ends up going the other way. We get another stoppage and a quick restart. Merrimack's back to business. We approach nearly 4 minutes gone by in this fourth quarter. Tomahawks hoping to build on their 4-goal lead. A little bit of a keep away around the boundary. Tomahawks look for spacing. They're going to clear it out a bit. Now Trapani trying to direct traffic, was pushed and then gets inside the defender.
Good look.
Numbers results in a goal for Taylor.
Yeah.
Well, Merrimack, as soon as that restart happened, Roger, they went right to the cage. Numbers, they take advantage. Unselfish play, Taylor gets another goal.
Yeah, and this is just quick thinking on their part to take that change of possession and go. And is that Trapani on the assist?
Yep.
Yeah, so she's been keeping herself kind of quiet here, but, man, she awoke in the last couple of scores here.
Taylor with 4 goals, 2 in the fourth, 1 in the third, and 1 right there to make it 16-11. And jumps right back into the circle to face
Sullivan.
a different opponent. This time it's Sullivan, who took the opening draw. The senior committed to Southern New Hampshire University.
Well, they're getting out-jumped, and height has a lot to do with it on the draw, obviously. And Sullivan...
probably the tallest player, perhaps, on the field for either team.
Yeah, her and Ferris, in fact, I think.
This one
There you go.
goes right to the Oyster River defender, Zettner. And at the belt-high bounce, Zettner trying to hook up with Royal.
Nice
does
pass.
so, yep.
Nice pass.
Hits the target on the run, Royal.
Oh, yeah, a little too much there.
The way tonight with 6 goals, she's going to draw the bump. Now Merrimack does retreat a bit, giving her room. Royal's 4 of her 6 goals came before halftime.
Zettner with another critical ground ball and clear.
Yep. Saw that a lot in the first half.
Nice
Meanwhile,
turn.
Sullivan is denied. It's Richard. Able to close ground on that far pole. Second save for the freshman. It does stay at this end as the ground ball goes to Royal. Now the junior playing traffic cop behind the cage. Going to make her move. Bodied up by 2 defenders.
Oh.
Split dodge, draws the whistle.
Wow.
Or what? You got a turnover here.
Yeah. Well, no, I think they called her for a charge.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that that makes more sense.
Yeah, she kind of barreled right through these defenders right there.
We've seen a lot of that aggressive play with the ball tonight, but that's our first charge call.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say the same thing, and they've let them play, which is what you want to see.
We get a whistle here. It's going to belong to Merrimack.
Yeah, it looks like a penalty on Dulac.
The Dulac or Zettner?
No, I see number 5.
It's Dulac.
I'm sorry, number 3.
Number 3.
Wait.
I thought it was
Dubois.
4. But, okay,
Yeah,
Dubois?
it's Dubois, yeah. It's Dubois.
Dubois number
3.
Is it 3 or 8?
Oh, wow.
Either way, it's a Bobcat penalty in their second of the game.
You're asking the old guy?
We've seen 3 on the other side against Merrimack.
With no light. And
according to our director, Ben Beals, Roger is correct. That is number 3, Adeline Dubois.
Mark that down, Ben Beals.
The junior. So, all right, Merrimack trying to get the ball back. Right now, short-handed to the cage for the score.
Is that Dulac?
Goes Dulac.
No, number 8. There you go. Now you get your number 8.
Now I got my number 8. That is Mia Weglars.
Yeah, Weglars. All right.
That's her first goal. The senior absolutely determined there. Got a great jump and then a zigzag move as we look at the replay. Went right by the pocket, it looked like, of Richard.
Good move to her left.
It's a 4-goal game again at the midway point, fourth quarter.
And the Merrimack defender didn't really help out there. She cut through. Oh, we got us a game here.
Timely goal.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 4-goal spread, but it's been pretty active.
A much more competitive second half. This was a 13-5 halftime lead for Merrimack.
Yeah.
Tomahawks stretched that in the first 2 minutes of the third quarter to 14-5. And then Oyster River responded with 6 unanswered goals to bridge the third and fourth quarters. Merrimack gets answers from Trapani and Taylor a moment ago to balloon the lead back to 5 at 16-11, but Mia Weglars a moment ago makes it 16-12. You know, this one turned over. It's got the home fans loving it.
Yeah.
As it gives it back to the Bobcats. Aggressive defense again. Perhaps made the difference there. And now Sullivan, one of the tri-captains, going to pivot her way towards midfield with 2 defenders behind her.
Beautiful play. Good clear.
DeSantis, another captain with it. And now flipped over once again to the offensive star, Grace Royal.
All right. Yeah, let them get set up, Grace, and run your game here.
Well, Merrimack seemingly sagging off a little bit here. defensively. Royal
Yeah.
taking some pause.
Well,
Meanwhile, Coach Bianco chiming in real time from the home sideline.
Yeah, is that the coach or is that Richard? They're both talking.
Shot
Oh.
wide. Again, Royal looking to draw the attention of the defense there, but that one just a bit wide on the bounce attempt.
Yeah, for as much as they were playing aggressive on Royal, they're kind of sloughing off on her here. Giving her some free space. Now we're even. Okay.
Meanwhile, a sub streaking on for Oyster River. That caused the Merrimack defense to have to communicate. But disaster averted. Meanwhile, pick and roll. A lot of contact on that pick.
Watch this. Turn.
Shot.
Oh, nice.
Good pivot there, but that ball slowly rolls and is kept in bounds. Dug out in the corner. On a nice hustle play by Waglars.
Oh, she just missed that net, too. Oh,
wrap around, shot, and score.
Is that Dulac again?
It is. No, I think it was Waglars. Yep.
Yeah.
Waglars back-to-back goals.
Wow.
That was a heck of a spin move. And here come the Bobcats again. Back within 3 at 16-13.
Well, Waglars comes alive here. I don't think we mentioned her name but once in the entire first half.
Answering the call here in the fourth quarter.
I wonder if some of the youth player energy from halftime kind of manifested itself over to the Bobcat bench because they have come alive in this second half.
It's been a tale of two halves, for sure. 13-5 Merrimack in the first half. Since then, some quick math means, 8-3 in favor of Oyster River since the break. Problem for the home team may be, Roger, they're starting to run out of time with just over 4 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Certainly still possible, but fighting a two-front war at this point.
Look at that. Height makes a difference on that one, Nick.
Sullivan able to sky to grab that one out of the sky. And now coming down the middle. Shot, and the bouncer's wide.
Wow. That would have been opportune, as they say.
Haven't seen too many transition opportunities for the home team, but
no, they're not a transition team. They're
but that one would have been highlight style. Meanwhile, this one turned over.
Bad clear.
Taken away. Fresh out of the box, DuBois took away that bounce pass.
Yeah.
And another chance for Oyster River, but tick, tick, tick. Inside of 3:20 now.
They need to press here towards the goal.
Here's the freshman Zelog.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice pass.
Tried to find Sullivan, couldn't reel it in. This one rolls to the far side where Ferris keeps it in bounds. Again, you can hear the Tomahawk defenders here in the crowd. They're trying to make sure that unit is secure.
Oh, look
Meanwhile,
at this.
a tough one here. Down goes Waglars. The officials are right there.
Yeah,
Clock, though, still ticking, 2:45.
Yeah, that's going to be the crucial issue here now. Even if they come within two, they're going to have to get moving. Right back to the draw.
Shot,
oh,
score.
I like it. What a nice play.
Submarine release there for Dulac.
Oh, my goodness.
Who has seemingly gotten better as the game has gone on. Oyster River, they can smell it. They're back within two with 2:35 to go.
Yeah, critical draw here for the Bobcats. Look at your score. When was the last time we had a 2-goal margin? First half?
Yeah,
or first quarter?
Yep.
First quarter, yeah. So timeout here.
It comes with 2:35 to go. Coach Todd wants to talk it over. 3 unanswered by Oyster River.
Love it.
Big second half, big fourth quarter for Mia Waglars. I mentioned Dulac's name. She's now scored at least 4, 3 of those in this second half. The fourth came just before halftime.
Yeah.
And, of course, for Merrimack, a loaded first half, led by the freshman Riley Taylor, the senior Peyton Trapani, and, of course, Ava Martin and Jackie Hayes have been noteworthy as well. It was Brooklyn Hilliard who got the scoring started for Merrimack back in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Found out at halftime, Roger, she's going to be attending the University of Alabama.
let's write that in on the card, man.
As a nursing student, so congratulations there to Brooklyn
awesome.
Hilliard. And
is she going to play club down there?
Not sure, but
I don't know if they have a NCAA team down there, but
exciting stuff either way.
Indeed,
for sure. So again, we're talking about a Merrimack team that has 6 NCAA commits. Oyster River, 2 pretty good ones of their own, and Shea Sullivan and Grace Royal. All that talent has been on display tonight, and what's been, frankly, one of the better games to call from a broadcaster perspective here. It's been a game of runs, and we're in for, I think, a dramatic 2:35 to close it out.
Yeah, and it's been, like you said, a tale of two halves. We haven't even called Grace Royal's name in the fourth quarter here because, the team has spread out the offense a little bit between DuBois and Weglars. So watch for them to key in on Grace and see if she can't work some magic here like she had done in the third quarter. And in the first half.
6 goals tonight for the junior Grace Royal, 4 of those before the break. And as you mentioned, 2 in the third quarter.
Yeah.
All right, it's Sullivan against who here? Who's in the draw circle for Merrimack?
I didn't get the number, but Taylor is on the circle, so they pull out their best offensive threat.
It must be Martin.
Yeah, because Martin had done it before.
A lot of bumping here along the wings. Yeah, I saw it.
Yep.
It was a bump. Royal and Taylor both tangled up there. One of them stepped in the circle. It was Taylor. And a violation will give the ball to Oyster River.
Yeah.
So they get a break.
Here's Grace.
Royal going to draw something here. Yep.
Double.
An extension.
Yeah. The double bump right there. She traversed.
Taylor not happy with the call. Meanwhile, Royal eyeing goal number 7 here, but more importantly, can cut the Merrimack lead in half.
They have to have it here.
Right down the alley, and shot and score. The party continues for Oyster River, trying to complete an improbable comeback. They're now 1 goal away with 2:02 to go.
Yeah, and that was timely because if they didn't get this free position, the clock would have remained running. And it really works to their advantage. Now they've got a chance at the draw with Sullivan to make this happen. And it is gonna be Martin by the looks, Nick.
Senior against senior. Both future NCAA athletes. Big draw, biggest of the game so far. 2:02 to go. This one is knocked away. It's going to roll to the top of the box, and entering the box with the ball is Taylor for Merrimack.
Call timeout?
Nope. Drew a whistle, yep. Double teamed, and then on the restart, taken now by Merrimack's Alexis Bell.
Oh, Oyster River was offside.
Pass knocked down by Sullivan, but right back to Bell. Tomahawks still have it. Martin hooks up with Trapani. Tick, tick, tick. We're down to 90 seconds. Oyster River trying to force the issue defensively. Little back and forth. Trapani has it. Spin move. Good move. Pass behind the target. Loose ball, far wing. Merrimack gets to it again. A little bit of a push. Another push. 2 straight whistles. Martin's still going to have it with 1:08 to go. That clock is ticking.
Yeah, it is. Down to a minute.
Crowd getting restless here in Durham.
Quite.
Bobcat fans hoping for a turnover. Merrimack trying to close the door and capture their 13th win and stay undefeated. We're down to 45 seconds. Trapani dancing near side, keeping it away from Sullivan. Gets it back from Taylor. Quick pass back to Taylor. Almost was bobbled. Great concentration by the freshman. The clock is Oyster River's worst enemy. We're inside of 30 seconds. Taylor is double teamed.
Yeah.
Finally forced to get rid of it. Backdoor catch, shot, save! Dunbar keeps hope alive. Down to 10 seconds. The outlet is into the Merrimack bench.
Yeah.
Turned over. Nobody home on the receiving end there.
Yeah, and then we're going to get a call here from the official.
And now we're going to get a restart.
Yes.
With 5.4 to go, Merrimack just has to run out the remaining seconds.
Yeah, wow.
What a conclusion. The big stop, but then the outlet ends up as a turnover, and it looks like Merrimack is going to escape here, still undefeated.
Indeed.
Not done yet. 5.4. The clock going to start. This one rolls,
No.
but Oyster River is going to run out of time here. That is it.
We're going to play
As
through.
Royal's going to finish it anyway, but again, this one is over. Merrimack survives a 16-15 win on the road here at Oyster River to improve to an unbeaten 13-0. This despite a furious comeback attempt in the second half by Oyster River. At one point, the Bobcats trailed by 9, but come up short in the end by a final score of 16-15.
Wow. Just wow. That was a comeback, the best comeback that we've seen all year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard to argue.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Going to come back and talk about it. Roger's got the stats. Ben's got the highlights. We've got an out-of-town scoreboard, hopefully, as well. All that in just a moment. You're watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Good.
Well, in the end, it was a one-goal game. 16-15 Merrimack over Oyster River. The Tomahawks still undefeated at 13-0. But Oyster River opened some eyes tonight, especially in that second half. They almost completed one of the greater comebacks we have seen, but fell short. 16-15 is the final. This one high scoring in the first half in favor of Merrimack. They carved out an advantage at the face-off circle and capitalized, Roger, due to some of that physical play we saw in the first half, led to a number of free position shots, most of which were cashed in by Merrimack collectively.
Yeah, I mean, tale of two teams with Oyster River. They did everything well in the second half, and their aggressive play is what caused the annihilation of Merrimack's fast break and transition. And they just didn't have the same gas that they had in the first half. But they came back on faceoffs. The girl in net, she had a great second half. She
Hannah
stood tall.
Dunbar. Yep.
Dunbar. I was going to say Dulac, but I knew I was wrong.
6 saves, I believe, for Dunbar, the senior.
Exactly, and big save there at the end. But just a different team came out of here, in the second half, and proved that lacrosse is not always etched in stone when you have a first half like you saw from Merrimack, and it was great to see. Great to see.
A lot of accolades tonight individually. I suppose we start with Royal, who scored 7 goals tonight for Oyster River. 4 of those coming in the first half. And then for the Tomahawks, Riley Taylor and Peyton Trapani were involved really in most of the plays in some shape, form, or fashion for the Tomahawks.
And very impressive the way that they really seek each other out on their offense. It seems like they have a lot of programmed plays that they like to do with the cutters, but those two were definitely dialed in tonight together.
Merrimack looks to complete the undefeated season on Friday. The only potential problem with that is that the opponent is Winnicott. The Warriors are 13-1, so something has to give Friday night in that heavyweight fight between Merrimack and Winnicott. It could be a championship preview. Meanwhile, for Oyster River, I don't think anybody wants to see the Bobcats in the tournament after the second half tonight. They look to shake off now a 2-game skid on the road at Spalding on Friday, and that will be it for the regular season with the loss tonight. Coach Bianco's club slips to 8-6. Roger, your final thoughts.
Exciting game tonight. You took the words right out of my mouth. When it comes to playoff time, I'm looking at the way the bracket's going to end up seeding here. And Oyster River, with this win tonight, could have gotten with that win with Spalding, maybe into that top section between Timberlane and Hanover in the mix, because there's only a few percentage points or hundreds of percentage points away where they might even have a home game if that had worked out for them tonight. But great game. Good luck to both teams as they head into the playoffs. And it's too bad you and I are doing a boys' game on Friday, because I'd be down at that Winnicott Merrimack game myself with my daughter. She's a fan of women's lacrosse, and we would have probably gone down there and seen that.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Our final 2 regular season broadcasts are later this week, and they're both on the boys' side. Thursday, we see defending champion Bishop Girton take on Londonderry, a red-hot Londonderry team, by the way. They played well as of late. That is a 6 o'clock start from Lancer Park. And then on Friday, our final regular season broadcast comes your way from Bedford as the Bulldogs play host to Pinkerton. That one is, I believe, 5:30.
Yes, 5:30. 6 o'clock at Londonderry, and what a way to end the season.
They may both be 6.
Okay.
We'll check on that.
Okay, I'll be there early anyways.
Between now and then, we'll figure that out.
What a way to end the season with those 4 teams.
Right. Of course, follow us on Instagram. Ben does a great job promoting the game, and they are both 6 o'clock.
There we go.
By the way, so thank you, Ben. And reminder one final time, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, and I think we had some new viewers tonight, please do so. We want to get that subscription number up. Do us a favor. Do yourself a favor. Stay in the know here as we head down the stretch towards the tournament.
I wonder if we see those numbers change and spike as we do more Division 2 and Division 3 games, right?
This is fun to cover tonight.
Absolutely. I love it.
For sure.
Love it.
All right. I want to thank Andy Lathrop and his staff here, especially last-minute notice, gave us the green light. Appreciate that. Of course, Adam French and his staff over at Merrimack helping us get ready before the game. So we appreciate those guys really pitching in last minute and making things easier for us. Of course, our crew here at Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, the same old trusted duo behind the lens, doing another bang-up job tonight. Kat Doyle and Matt Beals working overtime here on the Seacoast. And, of course, the whole thing orchestrated flawlessly by the man behind the curtain, the wizard of replay, our director, Ben Beals, back in the Beals Insurance Studios. For executive producer Steve Beals and my partner Roger Howe, my name is Nick Anastas saying so long. Final score, final time. Merrimack 16, Oyster River 15. This has been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.